Thank you. We have next up, and we only have two more things to go. We have next up Mr. Willie Hymon, and the name of his presentation is Brand Yourself. And he has a lot of great insight and experience in his industry. So I would like to let me see if I can tell you more about him and get ready to share your screen. Willie Hymon. His areas of expertise are technology, marketing, entrepreneurship, brand development, and manufacturing. And he's the owner of Black Collection Apparel LLC, and he's been in the industry for 13 years. 13 is a nice number to some of us, isn't it? Wow. Okay, so we're giving the floor now to Willie Hymon. Make sure you unmute yourself. Let me see if I can unmute you.
Okay, so I'm unmuted and I'm about to share. Hello, everyone. As you said, I'm Willie Hymon, founder of Black Collection Apparel and also president. And apologize for my unprofessionalism. I missed my flight, so I'm actually at the airport, but I did not want to disappoint you all. So we're going to rock this thing out.
Okay.
And we're going to enjoy ourselves. I did a simple presentation because I really want to just kind of talk to everybody, more so giving you what you think you know, giving you what the Google websites and things like that may tell you, and then also give you what I've learned from experience. So behind the scenes when it comes to branding and marketing and different things like that, what does it really take? The internet tells you that it's really built up of those 5 pillars that you see, which is identity, logo, design, strategy, and marketing. So I'm gonna jump into each one of these pillars and just kind of give you my spiel, as we call it today. See if I can drop some jewels on you all today. Okay, so as we go into the first pillar, which is identity, I would tell you that Black Collection Apparel is known for customization, catering to Black and brown consumers. And our values are Black excellence. We stand behind that, and that's just how we feel about it. We communicate our products in many ways, but you are to communicate your product in many ways your audience tend to operate. And just to expand upon that a little bit more, it's like, hey, if your audience don't want to get on social media and they rather come to your store, then hey, maybe you need to market more of people coming to your store. That's just a small example. And also, we want our people to feel trustworthy when they're shopping with Black Collection Apparel, when they're collaborating with Black Collection Apparel. We definitely want to build a trustworthy relationship. That second pillar would be a logo. Everyone's familiar with a logo. When it comes to branding, logo is definitely an important thing. And for me, I feel that a logo should be thought about thoroughly. Don't just pop out with a logo that's going to take you through the rest of your entrepreneurship, and you're not really attached to this logo. Now, I will say in another instance too, hey, the biggest thing with entrepreneurship is starting. But don't let this not allow you to start, because you can always start with a logo, and as you put a little bit more thought into it, you can also change it as well. But I would say definitely just put some thought into it. Secondly, make sure that you have a good color scheme. I know for me, experiencing doing my brands as well as other brands, we have a specific color scheme, which of course is black, but we do our logo in different colors. If I'm doing a marketing campaign to Delta Sigma Theta, you can best believe my logo may be outlined in red, or it may be outlined in crimson. If I'm doing something for another organization, I may just outline it for them just to give them that persona of, hey, we are catering to you, and this color scheme actually means something. Again, it's about branding. So every opportunity that you can get to brand your company or to let your audience know that you're talking to them without really having to talk to them, through your brand is always a great thing. Also, you should be designing a logo for web purposes and separately for print purposes. I've noticed over the years that a lot of people do not take this into consideration because they would get a logo created, and the only thing that they've ever used that logo for is to put on a PDF file or maybe put on a letterhead or something like that. But they've never had their logo created and vectorized to where now it can actually be put on apparel. It can be put on accessories and different things like that. So just remember that there's a difference between a web purpose logo and a print purpose logo. And last, get your logo trademark. If you really want to take this thing to the next level, look at the company that we have to the right and just spend the extra money to get your logo trademark. Because at the end of the day, this is going to protect you. People today are vindictive. They see it. If they see an inch in them that they can have it, they're going to take it. The next pillar is going to be design. Design can come in different ways when I say design. You have business design, you have product design, and you just have your identity design as well. So for people like me, I would say business thinkers look at how others are doing what you now want to do, which is very, very, very important. What is the design of your business? Have you thought about how you want to run your business? Are you a brick and mortar location? Would you just run it as an online store? Or hey, would you just attend lots of pop-up events and cater to that type of design? Each one that you choose, just make sure you thought about who you are and what you want your company to be from a design standpoint. And just remember what I said as well. It could be categorized as business design, product design, as well as identity design. Get into the strategy. This is something that I love. I love strategy. And one thing that I would say is first and foremost, know your competition in and out. We tend to get into a mode where we're like, hey, I'm not competing with nobody. I'm me. Can't nobody do me like me? Yeah, understood. We know people can't do you like you, but when there's somebody out there that's moving faster than you, they're putting in longer hours than you, they have the money to pay for all the resources and things that you're doing, they're out there and they're after you. So always at least have some type of know of who are your competitors and what are the things that they're doing around you that could possibly affect your business. Next thing is have a business plan to follow and update it often. I capitalize often because business plans change all the time, and they change because you're in a business that's changing along with the times. A lot of people get left behind because they don't change with the times. So, that's why I said update it often. You may think that you want to go in one direction, but hey, you start realizing things from looking over data and just experience, and you realize, hey, I think I found something. So update your business plan often. Next one is build a solid team. I think this may be one of the hardest things to do. When you have humans that you actually have to build a relationship with, and no matter what relationship you build, it's all about time. It's going to take time for you all to sync, and it's going to take leadership, great leadership, to hold a team together, keep them motivated, and also let that team know that we're on a trajectory that's going to accomplish everyone becoming successful and showing them a visual of where you're headed and how you're going to get there. And after that, continuously reiterate to your team how you're going to achieve those short-term and long-term goals. Very important. I had to learn that the hard way through experience myself of not really telling my team as much as I should have told them. And again, everything is not to be told to everyone, but I have learned that if you do share a little bit more information to your team, it helps them understand, where the company is at. And a lot of instances, it may help put some fire under them so they can understand the urgency that you have, even though you have been saying it time after time, just maybe in a different tone or in a different way. Next, this is something that's dear to me. Collect data on your customers and analyze it thoroughly. Some of you think you may have a grasp on this when I say that. When I say collect data, I mean, for instance, me. I'm the type of person to where I'm going to look in the back end of my CRM system, and I'm going to see 30,000 people in my CRM. I'm going to export that information out. I'm going to import it into a Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. And I'm going to look through every one of those 30,000 people, and I'm going to segment them out to where, hey, I know that all of these people that ordered are members of Delta Sigma Theta. I'm going to create a tab to say Delta Sigma Theta. I know all of these members here are a part of North Carolina A&T State University. I'm going to take all of those out, cut them out. I'm going to paste them in their own folder, North Carolina A&T State University, and then I'm going to format them to another marketing system to where now I can import individually all of the audiences that I've created over the years of doing business, and now I can market directly to these individuals, opposed to shooting in the dark of sending marketing materials out to a mass of 30,000 people without knowing that AKAs don't want to see nothing Delta. Delta don't want to see nothing AKA. Omega Psi Phi don't want to see nothing related to Phi Beta Sigma. They want to see what they want to see what you have for them. And then lastly, be relentless in your attack to make it to the top. Don't let no one tell you what you can't do. Don't let no one tell you where you can't go, how you can do things. Don't feel some type of way because someone over here is producing the same thing that you're producing and you just found it out. So what? Be relentless. When you want to make it to the top, be relentless. Nothing should be able to stop you. No one should be able to stop you. Doesn't matter what people are doing around you, as long as you know what they're doing and you understand that you can do it better. And we get into marketing. Marketing is a huge piece to this puzzle to where it can go as deep as you're willing to take it. First and foremost, I would say know your audience by researching history and upcoming events. When I first started my company the first year, I tried to attend every event that my pocket could afford. Knowing that wasn't the greatest thing to do. I didn't know then, but now knowing that wasn't the greatest thing to do. But I will tell you on the flip side of that, attending all of those events and understanding which events were worth it and which events were not worth it. And also just to have a calendar my second year going in saying, hey, man, I did all of this last year. I didn't really make too much money here. I didn't like this experience. I love this place. Oh, we made a lot of money here. And then start taking things away and then start building a second year calendar with the events that you want to go to that you feel is worth it, while adding more on your second year. You get into your third year. Now you're building this calendar every year. And not only are you building it every year, but hey, you're starting to notice some of these events are overlapping. They're happening every year. Oh, some of these events are happening every 2 years. And you get into your third and fourth year and you're just like, hey, I literally have an annual calendar that's filled up, and it's really nothing but cash flow because I've attended all of these events before and I know exactly how they're going to be. So then you start to become better at knowing who the audience is when you get there. You start to become better at, hey, I know how to set my vendor booth up now differently from how I did it the first time. It's a lot of things that happens, when you start collecting that data, as I said the first time, and analyzing it thoroughly. Know what you hope to accomplish when you're marketing. And when I say that, I mean, market with a purpose. Don't just, again, shoot for the stars and you hit in air, hoping to hit a star one day. Are you hoping to accomplish more sales? Are you hoping to accomplish, more traffic to your storefront? Or are you just trying to get website visits? Know what you hope to accomplish when you start to market. Don't just market and think that it's going to work. Marketing is very intentional. Also have tactics in mind. Just to give you an example, this is the way that I think. Attend a celebrity event. Once you plan to attend that celebrity event, plan to meet a celebrity person. Once you plan to meet that celebrity person, I want you to plan to take a picture with them holding your brand or holding your product. And once you do that, you need to plan how you're gonna do your social media utilizing these posts of this high value content that you have in your hand. I noticed that a lot of people have high value content and they don't use it properly. This is where your marketing comes into the play to understand, what is really needed in the market for me to actually be seen more or for me to drive revenue. Your marketing is going to be key. The lady before me, as she said, you need to be posting consistently. I typically would say 1 to 3 times a day, but hey, 1 to 3 times a week is a great start as well, like she said. But you need to be posting consistently, and there are ways that you can post, like on Facebook. Once you convert over to a business profile, your Meta Business Suite gives you a planner that you can actually connect to your Facebook and your Instagram, and you can literally plan your marketing out for an entire week or an entire month, as long as you have the content to fill in time slot for every day. And once you start to get ahead of your marketing, you really don't have to do anymore. The extra that you do is doubling down on your marketing and just making you more visible to your audience. And last but not least, run paid advertising. When you open up your phone on YouTube or Google or whatever the case may be, and you see this one ad that pop up on your screen, and then you're like, okay, it was nice. And then you start to browse to another screen and you see that same ad pop up again. Yeah, you clicked on something. You clicked on something that someone paid for you to click on. And when you clicked on it, that algorithm triggered to where now that person has learned your behavior and know that you're interested in something that they marketed. And now they're coming after you to put it in your face. So run paid advertising is very key. And as you run this paid advertisement, I'm going to make sure that I drill this in your head. Analyze the data as thoroughly as possible, knowing, am I targeting more women? Am I targeting more men? What are the age ranges of these people that I'm actually targeting? What are the locations that they're coming from? Different things like that. And that will help you, figure out the direction of where you actually want to take your company, because it could take it in a direction that you didn't know that it was going to take it into. And then I'll also say a major branding asset is business reviews. You need to have your business on Google, and you need to have it set up to where, reviews can be done, because I'm sure that everyone on this call can say that people will order based upon your good reviews, and they will overlook you based upon your bad reviews. So, be intentional with your reviews, and don't be afraid to, you do a good job with a customer. Send that link to that customer and say, hey, do you mind taking a Google review for me? The more you do that, see, entrepreneurs like us, we service so many people in a good way that we don't really try to get acknowledged for it, because it's something that we just, it's something we do. It's our personality. It's how we do business. It's us as a people. It's our personality. But you should be sending Google reviews to all of these people so they can praise you on the internet, so others can say, hey, I'm looking at all of these good reviews. I'm going to give them a try. Because if you don't do things like that, what's going to happen is, if you're not familiar with the Google reviews, then you're going to get some Google reviews, or you're going to get some type of review, and you're going to add another process to your operations, where now you may have to respond back to a review that somebody wrote, or you may have to deal with a dispute now, and they put you through this entire process to where you got to show proof that you've done good by this customer, and why this customer is doing this dispute and all these different things. Do the work up front, and it'll pay dividends on the back end. And last but not least, if you can see this picture, I didn't put any words by this picture, but I will say the biggest thing you can do to grow your business, no matter if you got a 9 to 5 and still trying to do a part-time, or if you're doing it full-time, the biggest thing you could do for your business, think, and continue thinking. Think about what's gonna take my business to the next level. What do I have to do with operations? Man, how do I get over this next hurdle? Think about your business. That's it. Don't ever stop thinking about it. And if you do stop thinking about it, hey, stop thinking about it for a little second to clear your head, wind down, take a vacation. Hey, once that vacation over with, get right back to thinking about how you can make it successful. Again, my name is Willie Hymon with Black Collection Apparel. For any services that's needed with website development, business cards, banners, embroidery, screen print, direct to garment, any of those services, we can definitely help you, and the information is here. And I thank you all so much for having me. And again, I apologize about the unprofessionalism being there.
Okay, it's no unprofessionalism. You are a man at work. So we all understand. I had some glitches before you signed on. My power went out twice. My power went out once and my computer went out twice because they're working in the area. So we have overcome those glitches and we were glad. You had a great presentation, a lot of great nuggets of wisdom. And Willie, make sure to drop your links and all in the chat box as well. And also, I'll be sharing whatever you put in and highlights of this in our special showcase room for the vendors after the summit.